My name is Scott Gerber. I'm from New York. My company is Sizzle It, which is a promotional video provider for PR and marketing professionals, and I'm the founder of the Young Entrepreneur Council, a nonprofit led by the world's top young entrepreneurs. The first time I really became a true entrepreneur, someone who was actively trying to be one, would probably be in college. I actually had paid a lot of my college education by going out into the entertainment world, producing music videos and a variety of different video products all throughout college to help pay for my education. And at that point I realized there was no way I was ever going to get a real job. My philosophy is you start a business with what you have, you work with cash flow, with organic growth, with smart business decisions to get to a point in your career where you can make a decision. Do you need money? Do you not need money? What would business be like if you accepted cash? What would it not be? But too many people today think they're just going to have some great idea and all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, they're going to be living the glitz, glam life. VC money is going to be rolling in and life is easy. And any entrepreneur will tell you, even if you get VC money, it's simply not the, wow, we've made it now. If anything, it's much harder. So I would say always start a business based on what you have, based on nuts and bolts. A simple service that you can get started today, be lining up clients tomorrow, making sales the third day. I think that I'm the first one to say I'm the least most focused person in the world because not many people can juggle a lot of things. I'm frankly somebody who right now is struggling personal life, professional life, and it is a struggle. But I will say too much is when all of a sudden the dots don't connect. For a startup entrepreneur, I will never ever say it's one thing. It's you do it well, you execute, you make money. If you don't do those things and all of a sudden you call yourself a serial entrepreneur, frankly, you're full of crap. In my life right now, where I have several businesses that support themselves, it's different. I'm now looking for ways in which to increase overall growth, whether that be for a nonprofit or for a for-profit level. But I'm even at the point of capacity now where I say, okay, I'm not taking anything new on. Everything needs to fit into the mold in which I've created. And so if I can fulfill two things, which is one, to continue to create innovative products based on the businesses I put out there, and two, to create a nonprofit that can create total change across the demographic that I believe and really care about, which is Generation Y, that's my life, along with, of course, being a proud dad. I always tell young entrepreneurs something that many people think is counterintuitive, which is be afraid. Be very, very afraid, but not afraid to fail. Failure is good. Failure is an amazing thing that too many people are not accustomed to and don't allow themselves to experience. But what they should be afraid of is to take a moment and close your eyes and look at their lives right now and think 10 years down the line where they open it and they're still sitting on that couch in front of that TV. They're still in the same place they were 10 years before, and then 10 years later, and then 10 years after that, that they've never taken a risk, that they've never allowed themselves to experience life as it should be, where you can take control of your life, where you can put yourself out there and experience life in the way in which I believe, especially now as a generation, we need to experience life. So my thing is be afraid not to fail, but be afraid to have never failed. The best piece of advice I have ever gotten was from a dear friend, a fellow entrepreneur. I was asking him 1,000,001 questions. This is very early in my entrepreneurial career. He would probably never want to be mentioned. But he said to me, Scott, stop pitching me on crap and just start already. And too many young entrepreneurs today get stuck in analysis paralysis. They get stuck in this mindset that it's about the planning. It's about, making the perfect idea or being a part of this billion-dollar business or changing the world or all this other rah-rah nonsense that frankly doesn't mean anything. And so I think it's time that we take a step back and realize that it's about the basics. It's about taking your life into your hands, whether that be a business that generates you a modest income or one that turns into something that changes the world. But either way, it's based on execution. And so I think that as someone who has always been here and here and here and here and all kinds of crazy, I think that having someone focus me and say, shut up and do it, really set me on a path to be successful.